Recording.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to welcome you all to the October 6, 2025 Sylvania City Council meeting. And I'd like to call the meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Hanson?
Here.
Mr. Hayden?
Here.
Mr. McCann?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Mr. Richardson?
Here.
Ms. Stout? Here. Mrs. Westfall? Here.
All 7 members of City Council are in attendance, therefore a quorum does exist. This evening, the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mrs. Westfall. For those who are able, please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Additions to the agenda, I do have one thing I would like to add to the agenda, which is an executive session, which we'll figure out is probably going to be 8A or 9A, but we'll decide that after we figure out whether there's any other meetings or anything else to add. Mrs. Westfall, do you have anything to add to the
Nothing,
agenda?
thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Members of council? Hearing none,
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I just, would it be appropriate for Mr. Shaw to give us an construction update?
certainly, absolutely. Mr. Shaw, you're okay with that, obviously?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll add that to, make that 9A. Mr. Sanford,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Chief Miller,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Shaw,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Schreier,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Branning.
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
So we'll make the executive session number 11 then. And the construction update, number 9A. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as modified?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the modified agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to the approval of council meeting minutes for September 15th. Mrs. Westfall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move approval of the Sylvania City Council meeting minutes for the meeting held September 15th, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of City Council meeting for September 15th, 2025 as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. And I neglected to introduce the young lady who is between Mrs. Smith and Ms. Brining. And her name is Brooke DeSantis. And the reason she's sitting in that position is because Mrs. Smith is going to potentially be out of the office on vacation, and she'll be returning. And she thinks she might be able to make it for our next meeting, but maybe not. And the person who normally sits in that slot is not going to be available. She's on FMLA. So we asked Brooke to potentially pinch hit, so she's trying to learn the system and get a sense of the flow this evening. So welcome to Brooke, and thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate that. So moving on to the report for the Employee and Community the Employee and Community Relations Committee meeting for this evening. Mr. McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It was Employee and Community Relations Committee meeting held in council chambers. Those in attendance started at 6:49 p.m. In attendance, myself, the chair, Marcus Hanson, Doug Haynerman, Patrick Richardson of the committee. Others present: Shaw Murphy, Joe Shaw, Eric Barnes, Laura Smith, Mary Westfall, Mark Fry, and 2 audience members and others who came in during the meeting. The meeting was to present information in advance of the Budget and Finance Committee meeting from the Services Director, Joe Shaw. He provided information of the organizational structure the way it is today and the job descriptions within. He also, the positions were reviewed and possible additions, requests where needed in several departments or a few departments. And this information will be presented to finance during the budget process for review and consideration. Many individual positions were discussed in depth and how they would coordinate with the future of the departments. And many questions were answered. That's pretty much it. Time we adjourned the meeting was 7:25.
Any questions for Mr. McCann? Additional comments from members of council? Hearing none, thank you, Mr. McCann. We appreciate that update, and certainly appreciate Mr. Shaw and Mr. Barnes for all the work that they did in order to put the information together so you can have a chance to ask questions before our committee meeting on finance here in a week or so. Now, moving on to agenda item number 5, we have, or number 6, we have a proposed resolution 17/2025 for consideration. Mr. McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Make sure I'm saying the right thing. I'd like to introduce by title only resolution number 17-2025, a resolution of the council of the city of Sylvania supporting the 5-year 0.5 mil levy for the Sylvania Senior Center. I move for passage of the resolution number 17-2025 as an emergency measure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 17/2025 as an emergency measure. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 7.
Right. Wait, now,
Mr. Hayner.
I'm serving as council rep to the
Yes.
Sylvania Community Services. I have 2 signs, if you want to sign for the levy, in my car, and if I have more demand,
Super. Thank you very much. I'd love to have.
I'd love to have one.
Thank you for that. And I'll show us more where that came from, right? Super.
I picked up 2, and I thought about picking up more, but I didn't want to.
Wouldn't fit in your truck?
Oh, no, it was. I got lots of room in that truck.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Ham. Moving on to item number 7, ordinance 112/2025 for consideration. Mr. Schroyer, you want to briefly bring us up to speed on this?
These are the monthly then and now certifications that we bring for council's approval. This is for the month of September, and we ask for your approval.
Any questions for Mr. Schroyer on the then and now certifications? Hearing none, we have ordinance 112/2025 for consideration. Mrs. Westfall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 112-2025. I'll read by title only. An ordinance to authorize and ratify the execution of then and now certificates by the finance director and the payment of amounts due for various purchase orders. I move passage of ordinance number 112-2025 as an emergency measure.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 112/2025 as an emergency measure. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried, and ordinance 112/2025 is approved as an emergency measure. Thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 8. We have proposed ordinance 113/2025. Chief Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Earlier this year, we were before council for our updated tasers. We upgraded our entire department to taser 10s, which has some benefits to us. And our taser X26Ps were on the way out, but we always like to find a department that could possibly utilize them. They still have some life left in them. And what you have before you is a list of the working tasers that we still had left in stock. Anything that was not serviceable is set for destruction. We don't donate non-working items. And it includes any battery packs, any training cartridges, any actual duty cartridges. And we've talked with the chief at ProMedica Police, and he expressed interest in having those. We're of the hopes that we can actually get those utilized here at Flower Hospital for the security guards as well. So it'll be a benefit to our community. So we'd like to donate them to ProMedica Police and Security.
Obviously, ProMedica, huge stakeholder and partner in our community, so that would be a great, great thing to be able to do.
Great working relationship with them.
Absolutely. Any questions for Chief Miller?
I just ditto your comments, Mr. Mayor, that I was so happy to hear that we found a community partner that could use these and that we were able to support them at this time with this.
Mr. Hanem, did you?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
yes.
Mr.
No,
Hanson.
it's okay.
I heard it from over here. I thought it was Mr. Hanem.
Chief Miller, yes, this is Westfall said it well. I fully support, donating these to ProMedica, but just kind of curious about the question about the process. How do we decide when to seek or look for a donation or a recipient versus when to play something on Gov Deals?
If we think, well, these are kind of law enforcement specific, so it's not something that we would want to put out on Gov Deals that anyone can buy on. Usually on.
You don't want me to have a taser.
Yeah, usually on the police items, we would do something through the state of Ohio law enforcement network where I'd open it up statewide. But a lot of times we like to look locally and see if there's someone closer to us. Like we had some radios a few years ago. Swanton was in need of radios and we were able to donate some radios to them to help them keep their department up and running. So we try to look locally first, what we can benefit to our partners before we go statewide.
Okay, perfect.
Any other questions for Chief Miller? Hearing none, we have ordinance 113, 2025 for consideration. Mr. Hanem, will you do this one for us?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move adoption of ordinance number 113-2025, and I'll read by title only, authorizing the donation of 23 Taser X26P and related equipment to the ProMedica Police Department, determining said property to be of no further use to the city of Sylvania, and I move adoption of ordinance number 113-2025 as an emergency measure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 113, 2025 as an emergency measure. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. And ordinance 113, 2025 is approved as an emergency measure. So for the ladies in the back, I'm assuming you're all from Notre Dame? Okay. Well, first of all, welcome. Actually, the lady to my right, your left, of me is a Notre Dame grad and a former board member for the Notre Dame. So I know one of the things that Mayor Stout did from time to time, and when he was here, is just explain the structure. We have 7 committees, or 8 committees. We have 7 members of council. So each one of the council members is responsible for, as chair of one particular committee. In case of Mrs. Westfall, as president of the council, she chairs 2 committees. So if we could just go around and introduce ourselves, starting with you, Mr. Hanem.
Thank you. I'm Doug Hanem. I'm chair of the zoning.
I am Marcus Hanson. I'm chair of the Utilities and Environment Committee.
I'm Patrick Richardson, and I chair the Streets Committee.
Mary Westfall, and as president of council, I chair the finance committee as well as the safety committee.
Lindsay Stow, I'm chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee.
Sean Murphy, Chair of Parks and Forestry.
And Brian McCann, Employee and Community Relations, which you experienced this evening.
Thank you very much, everybody. I just thought that would be helpful for the ladies to hear that explanation. Moving on to agenda item number 9A. We have a construction update we added to the agenda. Mr. Shaw, can you give us a brief update, or not so brief update, depending on the questions.
Sure. No, just in general, because it looks like downtown's wrapping up. I just wanted to make sure what was going on.
Yep, downtown, we have some big milestones to hit. Starting, date, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but we're gonna open to two-way traffic on Wednesday. We're gonna kind of do a small media event. Mr. Sanford has graciously been able to line up some media people to kind of announce that the two-way traffic has been reinstituted downtown, which is a big milestone for that. We will still keep some of the parking areas closed, especially on the west side. We don't have any pavers down yet, but the ones on the east side can remain open. We've got a couple of task to still hit. We gotta put a top coat of asphalt all over everything yet, as well as the intersection of Main and Monroe. That's gonna be done at night. I think it's October 13th. It's a Monday morning at 2 a.m. We're gonna come in, mill off the intersection, put the surface course down. We can get all that done before school kind of gets started around 6 to 7, and then finish paving the rest of Main Street up there so that everything has a fresh coat of asphalt on it. So we got those to hit. We're gonna do some miscellaneous things through the months of October. We obviously have veneers and stone caps to put on. We've got lights to put up on the west side. Trees to plant in our planters and everything like that. We can do all of that while maintaining two-way traffic, but the big goal was to try to get two-way traffic as instituted as close to the beginning of October as we could. And that's where we kind of sit right now. We would have had it open on Friday last week. We're waiting on a couple of sewer laterals to get lined, and you got to occupy the middle of the road to do it. So that's what's kind of our hang up so far, but we anticipate that being done by Wednesday, or by Tuesday, I should say. So that's downtown US 23. You can see everything that's going on. Southbound ramp, everybody's on. Monroe Street Bridge is substructures being widened. Concrete ramps on the east side of the interchange are in. They're hitting milestones like crazy. We're not losing any schedule with that. Project's going well. We've had a couple hiccups here and there, but for the most part, for a $30 million job, doing well with that.
Any unforeseens that might delay their schedule for the?
No schedule. They're looking to try to grab as much work as they can from the 26 schedule and throw it into 25 as they can. So we might get a water line crossing installed yet this year. They're already starting on more Monroe Street Bridge related work than I thought they were going to get to. So anything that they can do to try to throw it into this year, they're going to do with good weather. So full steam ahead.
In our anticipated start date for next year? Well, it'll be ongoing work, actually.
Sure, but you may see a pause over winter months if it gets really bad. There's not a whole lot to do. But beginning part of March, softly, March 9th is kind of what we're circling right now as our bridge closure date, 150-day closure thereafter. Ton of messaging that's going to happen after the first of the year. Want to make sure people get through the holidays and get through all of that. But come January, you'll see some strong messaging come out from the service department as well as ODOT, ramping up and getting people ready for this. If you have not started to think about how your daily impact travel going to and from work, how school is going to work, if you've not started thinking about that, now is the time. Because when it happens in March, it won't be fun. We've all known this coming for 5 or 6 years now, and it's coming here. But doesn't make it any easier for people that haven't been paying attention, I guess, so to speak. But try to do the best we can to message in January. Any other projects that you wanted me to know?
If other questions from council members, so Mr. Shaw, if you could just talk about the crosswalks and the completion timeframe and the overhead lighting.
Sure.
What the timeframe of all that is on the first block, that would be great.
Yep, so paving will be done on the 13th. You'll have all new on, and then we are looking for somewhere in the 20s. I'm gonna say the council meeting is on the 20th. I think we're looking at 23, 24, and 25. Main Street has to be closed in both directions fully to put in the speed table that's going in the middle between Chandlers. It's concrete, it's raised, it has to cure. There's only one way to do it, and pour it all at once and rip the Band-Aid off and do it. So it's not fun for our downtown businesses to have that closure happen, but we're anticipating probably 3 days for that work. Somewhere in the October 20s for us to do that. So that's what you'll see, probably the most invasive piece of it coming up. Also in our downtown footprint, I should say, and so you guys all know, we've got 2 other projects in our downtown footprint. You know, we've got traffic signal installation work at Main and Monroe and Summit Street. And then we also have resurfacing of all of Summit Street up to the state line. There's a ton of back end coordination that's going on to make sure we're doing all of this at the same time and not handcuffing people. So rest assured, we're going to start cramming a lot of work in here in our downtown footprint at the end of October outside of Main Street. So just have everybody give a heads up.
Mr. Shaw, I know that you're aware that the Downtown Business Association is hopeful to launch some kind of a big grand opening. I don't know is quite the right word, but event around the November Redbird. Are we pretty confident that we can get the road and in particular the last set of the walkway
Sure.
completed before that
Yes.
November 5th date or whatever it is? And if there's a problem, would you let us know as soon as possible?
Believe me, I will. There's a lot of moving parts going on, so,
Yeah.
I would think the,
I've gone even further with Mr. Shaw. I've asked him whether the decorative lighting,
Yes.
I've asked him whether that's gonna be finished, cause that's, to me,
So
we wanna
close.
turn that on.
Yeah.
On that red bird, not the holiday lighting part, but
Yes.
the more traditional, typical lighting that we had for the last, what, 5 or 7 years over top of the downtown footprint.
I currently have no power because Edison hasn't turned us on yet. We are struggling like crazy to get that on, so at least I've got a month to get that figured out and get the power on, so we can turn lights
That
on.
might be the flying.
You
I
could
might-
have all of your team members stand out there with flashlights from above or something.
Generators.
Yeah, generators. But we're early November, exactly. Mayor hit it, you hit it. That's the goal, is to try to do some type of an event right there to do it. And then pretty soon after that, we'll sell the utility berry piece. You'll start to see probably more stuff in the second block, starting in December, probably working through January, February, March, maybe even into April, and then that rolls right into phase 2. So it'll be a steady stream of stuff, maybe some lulls here and there, but it's all moving forward. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, and then, are we communicating what you just shared with us as far as the open, on social media or anything with people? Cause we're gonna be open for a couple days, then close for a day.
Right.
Then open for a week, then close for 3 days.
that Sylvania Strong posting that we've been doing, we've been updating it the entire construction season. All of that messaging has been done through there.
Okay.
The chamber's been ultra helpful on us helping us get the message out.
And I think
But I guess they know these dates that you just shared with us.
And I think Mr. Sanford's been pretty active in working with the downtown businesses to make sure that they're informed as well.
I was just thinking more of the public, cause
No,
you're like, I
absolutely.
thought it was open, now it's closed again, what happened?
Yeah,
October's gonna be busy. I don't wanna sugarcoat it. There's a lot going on downtown, but by the time we turn lights on, hopefully things settle down, will be good. So
I don't know what your reaction personally is, or the reaction that you've heard from your neighbors, but what I've heard from other citizens is, well, now they see it. It was hard to visualize, but now they're starting to see, okay, this is starting to come together. I kind of like the walls. It's really starting to pop for them. And I don't know, is that similar to what you've experienced and heard as well?
Seems once the sidewalk went in on the west side, it just seemed to calm down.
Especially seeing people like up front of J&G sitting out there on the table having a beer, you're like, all right, they're already starting to enjoy the downtown a little bit.
Right.
we said a year ago that the west side of Main Street was 18 inches higher than the east side. You can see that now.
Yeah,
Pretty
really.
visual. It shows up with how the sidewalks are.
Well, it looked really good during Redbird last week
Good.
with all the people.
We're getting there. It'll be great when we're done. We just gotta get there.
Yep, absolutely.
Appreciate the update, thank you.
Mr. Sanford, you had something you wanted to add?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just real quick, and I kind of connected to it. I've received a lot of comments, and maybe you have too, about the flowers and the flower pots and whatever. And I think they just did an excellent job this year, Joe, and we should definitely tell them that. A lot of people went out of their way to comment about that and how great it looks, and it's gonna be better next year with all the new things on the Main Street.
I appreciate that. I will. Thank you.
Thanks. Good enough. Anything else that, committee referrals or anything else that needs to come before council for consideration of executive session? Hearing none, I'd like to have a motion to move into the committee of the whole executive session for the purpose of potential litigation, purchase or sale of real estate and or personnel issues.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second to, consider a committee of the whole executive session. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Hanson,
Yes.
Mr. Hanem,
Yes.
Mr. McCann,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy,
Yes.
Mr. Richardson,
Yes.
Ms. Dow,
Yes.
Mrs. Westfall.
We have a motion of 7 votes to none for the committee of the whole executive session. Therefore, we are now entering into executive session. So ladies, if you need signatures, I don't know how long this conversation is going to take. You're welcome to stick around, but you may want to get signatures now. Like to, have a motion to return from executive session. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to, return from executive session to a, regular session of council. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Hanem?
Yes.
Mr. McCann?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Ms. Stauch?
Yes.
Mrs. Westfall?
Yes.
Thank you very much. We are now returned from executive session. No decisions were made in executive session. No action needs to be taken at this time. As a result of executive session, the only topic discussed during the executive session was regarding various personnel and potential litigation matters. Hearing none, is there anything else that needs to come before council, Mrs. Westfall?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to put a gentle reminder out. I know this meeting has been noticed already, but there is a finance committee meeting to discuss budget on Thursday, October 16th at 7:30 a.m. in the finance conference room. Finance committee members, of course, are well aware of it. All council members are welcome.
Anything else come before council? Hearing none, we've come to the end of the agenda. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much, and we will return to council in 2 weeks on October the 20th for the next council meeting. Thank you very much.